according to Zoharic literature, there are beings inside the earth having large black eyes and a nose that leaves only two dark holes on the face.
Okay, yesterday you told us you traveled, and I quote, thousands of light years to get here.
To what extent do you believe in the existence of aliens? Living in a world full of skeptics makes it even difficult when people pull through to share their life experiences with these beings. Well, thanks to the goodness of the camera, which captured the melting face of General David Petraeus, as no one could have believed the stories of those around him. From first-hand accounts to bewildering footages, we will uncover the puzzle of beings from beyond our realm. And what of the photo hidden long in the dark web? You're set for surprises. Rah Emmanuel. Rah Emmanuel is an American politician and diplomat, and right now he's doing the ambassador gig for the United States in Japan. He's a member of the Democratic Party and used to represent Illinois in the House of Representatives for 3 terms, starting in 2003 and wrapping up in 2009. Incredibly, he also rocked the role of White House Chief of Staff from 2009 to 2010 when Barack Obama was in charge. So there's this video that's gone viral. It's not the best quality, all blurry and shaky, but it's caught everyone's attention. At 3:17 p.m., something bizarre happens to his eyes. They start changing right before our eyes. They get darker and bigger like these creepy black orbs. And get this, thin membranes slide over his eyes, just like a reptile's inner eyelids. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie. After a few seconds of this mind-boggling eye transformation, his eyes got back to normal, but the whole room was in shock. Can you imagine? This video blew up on the internet, racking up over 12 million views in just 1 week. People couldn't stop talking about it. Some folks thought it was just a glitch in the video, technical stuff. But others went all out with their conspiracy theories. They claimed that Rah Emmanuel was a shape-shifting reptilian. Now, we can't say for certain what caused this eye-changing spectacle. Some think Emmanuel didn't even realize it was happening, suggesting he temporarily lost control of his human form. Crazy, right? Biologists chimed in, saying those eyelids in the video resemble reptiles, which could be for underwater vision or protection while hunting. But let's get real here. Rah Emmanuel has been the mayor of Chicago since 2011, and he used to work for President Obama. Some people just love to believe that powerful figures like him are actually secret reptilian aliens who control the world. They even bring up other famous folks like Pope Francis and Tom Cruise, who've had their fair share of strange eye rumors. Now, let's keep it real. Without more evidence, this whole idea of shape-shifting reptilians is just a wild conspiracy theory. But hey, that video from Chicago City Hall has become part of the online legend and sparked some intense debates. People either believe it or think it's all a bunch of nonsense. The truth is that it remains a mystery. General David Petraeus. Here is another mind-blowing story, but this time with a revered figure in the military. In a packed auditorium, lively with excitement as General David Petraeus, a highly respected 4-star general and former Central Intelligence Agency CIA director, took the stage. The crowd was eager to hear about his military experiences, but suddenly, something went wrong. The general halted mid-sentence, looking visibly unwell. And here's where things get strange. His face started contorting in bizarre ways, almost like it's melting or changing shape. It's like a scene straight out of a sci-fi thriller. Before anyone could react, he collapsed right there on the floor, sending the audience into sheer chaos. People were shouting, confused, and wondering what on earth just happened. General Petraeus was swiftly whisked away for medical treatment, and experts got their hands on the video footage of the incident. They carefully examined it and confirmed that the weird facial distortions weren't some digital trickery. Nope, it was all real. But here's the catch. They can't figure out the exact cause behind this freaky phenomenon. Conspiracy theories started creeping up. Some folks suggest that General Petraeus is one of those fabled reptilian shapeshifters who supposedly pull the strings from behind the scenes. According to this wild theory, these powerful leaders are aliens in disguise, able to hold their human form by sheer concentration. Of course, medical experts offered more down-to-earth explanations like Bell's palsy or transient ischemic attacks, but skeptics ain't buying it. They argued that the strange appearance could be due to video artifacts or wonky lighting. You know, the kind of stuff that messes with your eyes. And here's an interesting twist. Similar phenomena have been reported in folklore throughout history, often linked to supernatural beings revealing their true forms. It's a tantalizing thought, but without solid evidence, it remains in the realm of speculation. But wait, for those conspiracy theorists, that video is like a golden ticket. It confirms all their wild suspicions, and for those who witnessed the incident firsthand, no ordinary explanation seems to fit the bill. Something inexplicable went down on that stage, leaving everyone with more questions than answers. Air Force UFO sighting. Now, let's shift gears to a blast from the past. We're talking about the 1940s and 1950s in Washington, D.C., a time when UFO sightings were off the charts. It all started innocently enough, with occasional blips on radar and mysterious lights in the sky. But then, things escalated quickly. Reports of unknown aircraft flooded in, and we're not just talking about your everyday folks seeing strange things, but we're talking about commercial pilots, air traffic controllers, and even military jets encountering these mind-boggling objects. These UFOs were like nothing anyone had ever seen before. They moved at incredible speeds and pulled off mind-bending maneuvers that defied the laws of known aircraft. Air Force fighters were deployed to intercept these otherworldly intruders, but guess what? The UFOs played a game of cat and mouse, evading capture like they were dancing through the skies. Can you imagine the excitement and concern this caused among the public and authorities alike? But hold on for the grand finale. On that fateful day, July 19th, radar at Washington National Airport detected not one, not two, but 7 unidentified objects flying right over the Capitol. These UFOs violated restricted airspace without a care in the world. Fighter jets scrambled to intercept them, but just like that, poof, the UFOs vanished into thin air, leaving radar operators scratching their heads in utter confusion. But the story doesn't end there. Oh no. The following weekend, thousands of people witnessed glowing formations of UFOs hovering over iconic DC landmarks. Can you imagine the panic and chaos that ensued? Emergency lines were jammed with calls from terrified citizens. Military aircraft were sent in hot pursuit. But those elusive UFOs disappeared into the sunset, leaving behind a bewildered public and utterly exhausted pilot. Now, you might be wondering, did the Air Force investigations shed any light on these mind-bending sightings? Well, they did their best to explain it all away with illusions and temperature inversions. But here's the kicker. UFO interest groups never bought it. They firmly believed in a government cover-up. And 60 years later, the 1952 Washington UFO sightings remain a mystery. People are still drawn to the idea of alien visitors and the tantalizing notion that secrets are hidden behind the veils of security and time. The Hand of God Nebula. This is the maw of the beast captured by NASA telescope and believed to have existed about 17,000 years ago. It's like a cosmic painting seated in space for about 18,700 years ago with a diameter of about 20 kilometers. But what exactly is it? Well, it's a special type of cloud called a pulsar wind nebula. This cloud forms when a gigantic star explodes in a magnificent burst of energy, leaving behind a dense and compact neutron star. This neutron star is like a celestial spinner, spinning around at incredible speeds and shooting out supercharged particles that travel almost as fast as light itself. Now, these speedy particles go on a cosmic collision course with the surrounding clouds of gas. And when they collide, something extraordinary happens. The gas clouds light up in a spectacular display of colors, and the brightest glow comes in the form of mesmerizing blue light that can only be seen in X-rays. It's like a cosmic light show, with the Hand of God taking center stage. The Hand of God is truly colossal, stretching across a mind-boggling distance of more than 200 light-years. But what's truly captivating is its shape. It looks just like a giant hand, with long tendrils of glowing gas resembling delicate fingers reaching out into the cosmos. It's a celestial handprint frozen in space. Now, here's where things get interesting. Scientists are still scratching their heads, trying to unravel the mystery of how these nebulae take on such fascinating shapes. They have some ideas, though. They believe that differences in the winds blowing from the stars or variations in the density of the surrounding gas might be the key, but there's still so much to learn. In the case of the Hand of God, there's something peculiar happening. One part of the palm seems to be fading away slowly over time. This suggests that something is changing, maybe the density of the gas or even its composition. But here's the thing. We still don't know why it looks so much like an outstretched hand, as if it's reaching out to touch the mysteries of the universe. This cosmic puzzle keeps scientists wide-eyed and curious. It's one of those riddles of space that continues to intrigue and inspire. V-shaped UFO spotted by astronauts. Astronauts, those fortunate enough to witness the vastness of space beyond Earth's obscuring atmosphere, have a unique perspective when it comes to UFO sightings. On a March evening in 2005, astronaut Leroy Chiao and his crewmates aboard the International Space Station experienced a dramatic shift in their perception of aerial anomalies. Traveling at a mind-boggling speed of 17,500 miles per hour, 200 miles above the Earth's surface, the ISS offered them an unparalleled view of the heavens and our planet below. It was around 8:45 p.m. Moscow time when Chiao floated onto the command deck to witness an orbital sunrise. It was during this awe-inspiring moment that his fellow astronauts spotted something peculiar. A cluster of lights arranged in an upside-down V-shape passing in front of the constellation Hercules. What made it even more intriguing was that the lights seemed to keep pace with the ISS. Recognizing the significance of the sighting, Chiao quickly fetched cameras to document the formation. To his dark-adjusted eyes, each point of light appeared to glow 10 times brighter than Venus. The array spanned a significant portion of the sky, with uneven spacing between individual lights. After approximately 45 seconds, the formation rapidly faded away without changing its position. Subsequent analysis of the digital images failed to reveal any visual artifacts or physical markings that could definitively identify the lights as a known celestial or man-made object. The fact that the entire multinational crew served as eyewitnesses during this prolonged encounter further confounded attempts to explain the sighting as mere scanner reflections or optical illusions. The consistency of their observations, combined with the rigorous training and expertise of these scientific observers, makes it difficult to dismiss their conviction that the anomaly they witnessed defied ready explanations as either natural phenomena or familiar human technology. In the years that followed, Chiao maintained his belief that the lights he and his crewmates observed remained shrouded in mystery, defying easy categorization as anything known to them. The conviction of such highly trained and experienced scientific observers cannot be casually dismissed by responsible investigators. Perhaps hidden away in some secluded academic or government institution, scientists have already unraveled the secrets behind such events, especially when they stumbled into decrypted the dark web to uncover a weird alien photo with the inscription, "Warning." Alien photos just found on the dark web prove their existence and intrigued the world, sparking debates and investigations. If that is the case, the operators of any clandestine vehicles intentionally engaging with orbiting observers remain frustratingly silent. Until the veil of secrecy is lifted, these lights in the sky shall continue to be defined only as unidentified. Now, let's travel back in time to the year 1951 and shift our attention to Texas, where amateur astronomer Dr. W.I. Robinson embarked on an evening of stargazing with teachers and graduate students from Texas Technical College. Little did they know that this astronomical outing would take an extraordinary detour into the realms of the unexplained. Shortly after sunset on the night of August 25th, their attention was captivated by a cluster of 15 to 30 bluish-green lights moving swiftly from north to south in a distinct V formation. The Ghost Nebula. Here is an incredible sight called the Ghost Nebula, or STU-136. It's like a ghostly apparition floating over 2,000 light years away in the Puppis constellation. Here's the thing that makes it unique. Unlike those brightly glowing nebulae we often see, the Ghost Nebula doesn't produce its light. Instead, it reflects the light coming from nearby stars. So, it's like a cosmic mirror. Now imagine those hot young stars in the new General Catalog NGC 2467 star cluster. Their light bounces off the Ghost Nebula, giving it a surreal and eerie glow. It's like the nebula is whispering secrets from a faraway place. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. When scientists use special filters to take a closer look, they discover a whole new world within the Ghost Nebula. They find these tangled knots of gas called hydrogen, forming intricate patterns. And there are these dark columns made of cooler dust that create spooky shadows. It's as if you're seeing spectral sentinels and wandering phantoms dancing in space. Now don't worry. Science is here to explain the magic. Astronomers are on a mission to uncover the truth behind these ghostly wonders. They're exploring the mysteries of the universe, peering into the depths of space and time. And guess what? They're finding things that are even stranger than what we see in movies or books. They witness the birth of new worlds emerging from the remnants of the old. It's like a cosmic recycling process in action. So, keep your eyes on the skies because the universe is full of surprises, and it's up to us to explore and uncover its hidden wonders. This photo just surfaced from the dark web and is believed to be 100 years old. It captured an incredible sight, an alien being unlike anything seen before. The image with the heading, "Warning Alien Photos," just found on the dark web prove their existence and intrigued the world, sparking debates and investigations. Its origins remained a mystery, but the photo stood as a symbol of our unending fascination with the unknown and our unwavering belief in the existence of extraterrestrial life. But why has it been hidden away from us? As the photo circulated, people couldn't help but wonder, was it a clever hoax or a genuine glimpse into a cosmic reality? It has fueled our insatiable curiosity to dig out more real-life witnesses about the existence of these beings. Make your way to the comment section and share what you think about these aliens. Roaming black hole. Solitary black holes, like unseen phantoms, roam the enormous area of our Milky Way galaxy. They are born from the remnants of massive stars that have collapsed under their own gravity. Unlike their counterparts in binary systems, these solitary black holes wander through interstellar space without any gravitational ties to galaxies or star clusters. Detecting these elusive creatures poses a challenge. They lack the accretion disks or collisions with matter that generate detectable X-rays, making them difficult to spot. Instead, astronomers must rely on chance encounters with other celestial objects to catch a glimpse of these solitary black holes. It is believed that most of them form when binary systems break up, with the heavier black hole remaining while its lighter companion is flung away. Estimates suggest that there could be around 1,000 roaming black holes in the Milky Way, scattered throughout its vast cosmic tapestry. The chances of encountering one increase as we traverse the galaxy's immense expanse. Fortunately, advancements in telescopic tracking technology are improving our ability to detect and understand these enigmatic entities. While the likelihood of a close encounter with a solitary black hole remains low over human timescales, the possibility exists over cosmic timescales. Until concrete evidence of such encounters arises, we can only speculate about these unseen cosmic phantoms silently drifting through the vast darkness of space. The Luic Nightlights. Indeed, the sightings of the bluish-green lights in Lubbock, Texas, on that quiet summer night in 1951 were not isolated incidents. The credibility of the witnesses, including the Texas Tech professors and other residents, added weight to the phenomenon. As the news spread, more and more individuals came forward with their accounts of witnessing the mysterious lights. The professors, driven by their scientific curiosity and armed with their knowledge and instruments, embarked on an informal investigation. They meticulously documented the sightings, measuring angles, estimating speed, and noting the consistent north-to-south direction of the light's movement. Their dedication to gathering data and conducting their analysis set them apart from the casual observers. As the days passed, the number of witnesses grew and their accounts matched the professor's observations to a significant extent. Although not everyone had the same level of detail in their recollections, the consistency of the sightings and the fact that they occurred multiple times added credibility to the phenomenon. UFO sightings often involve isolated incidents with limited supporting evidence. However, the Luic Light were different. They became a recurring event, witnessed by hundreds of people. This added a level of intrigue and mystery to the phenomenon, leaving both the scientific community and the public searching for answers. The Luic Lights incident remains one of the most well-documented and perplexing UFO sightings in history. It stands as a testament to the curiosity and dedication of those who sought to understand the unexplained, even in the face of skepticism and limited scientific resources. The question of what exactly those bluish-green lights were and their true nature and origin continues to intrigue and fascinate both believers and skeptics alike. Gordon Copper. Now, let's shift to the outer space. On May 15, 1963, Air Force pilot Gordon Cooper embarked on a record-breaking mission to test the effects of prolonged weightlessness on the human body. As he circled the Earth in his Faith 7 capsule, he became an unwitting witness to an extraordinary event. During his final orbit, as he approached the California coast, Cooper's keen eyes spotted a glowing greenish object in the daylight sky. The object, twice the size of a pinhead at arm's length, remained stationary for a moment before steadily heading towards his spacecraft. Astonished, Cooper relayed the sighting to tracking stations, observing the anomaly grow larger through his periscope. Just as Cooper prepared to capture images with a wide-angle camera, the glowing object abruptly changed course, racing away and disappearing. Radar briefly confirmed an uncorrelated target, but it vanished before further investigation could take place. Cooper's heroic mission concluded with a successful splashdown, but his encounters with the unknown were far from over. In subsequent interviews, Cooper was prohibited from discussing the craft that shared his orbital path, leaving him frustrated. However, in later years, free from the constraints of public relations handlers, Cooper openly described his mysterious encounter. As a seasoned aviator, he vehemently dismissed conventional explanations such as meteors, reflections, or electrical faults. The details of his incident, including the prolonged appearance and intelligent maneuvering of the object, defied any plausible, earthly explanation. Cooper firmly believed that we are not alone in the vastness of space, a belief he held until his dying day. Dark side of the moon. Now, let's journey even farther, beyond the Earth's atmosphere, to our very own moon. The dark side of the moon, perpetually facing away from Earth, has long been a subject of intrigue and speculation. In the 1950s and 1960s, during the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union, a lack of open access to space exploration imagery and data-fueled theories of secret extraterrestrial activity on the moon. In recent years, a man named Scott Waring reignited interest in the possibility of an alien lunar city. Waring obtained satellite images of the dark side of the moon and noticed peculiar shapes and shadows on the lunar surface. To him, these features resembled artificial constructs rather than natural topography. He claimed that NASA actively conceals evidence of structures on the moon by altering and withholding revealing photographs. While NASA has not directly acknowledged the conspiracy theories surrounding secret moon cities, they maintain that many unusual lunar surface features have scientific explanations. These explanations often arise from the absence of an atmosphere and tricks of light. However, Some astronomers speculate that unknown natural processes on airless moons and planets can create landscapes that defy easy explanations. With countries and private companies actively pursuing expanded moon missions, the possibility of shedding light on the secrets of the dark side of the moon may become a reality. Whether the discoveries will confirm or debunk the existence of hidden extraterrestrial civilizations remains unknown. Until then, the allure of a hidden lunar metropolis will continue to captivate the imaginations of those who gaze at the moon and wonder what mysteries lie beneath its enigmatic surface. George Gorman dogfight. According to Captain Edward Ruppelt, who investigated UFO reports for the U.S. Air Force in the 1950s, the Gorman dogfight is considered one of the classic UFO sightings. The incident involved a 27-minute aerial encounter between a World War II fighter pilot named George Gorman and a mysterious white orb at high altitude above Fargo, North Dakota. Gorman described the object as unlike anything he had ever seen before and admitted that he would have thought someone was crazy if they had reported a similar sighting. Captain Ruppelt was part of Project Blue Book, a series of studies conducted by the U.S. Air Force from 1947 to 1969 to determine if UFOs posed a threat to national security and to analyze UFO-related data. Gorman, at the time of the incident, was a 25-year-old former fighter pilot serving as a second lieutenant in the North Dakota Air National Guard. He was flying a P-51 Mustang as part of a cross-country flight with other National Guard airmen. While the other pilots landed at Fargo's Hector Airport, Gorman stayed in the air to do some night flying practice. As he was preparing to land around 9 p.m., he noticed what he believed to be the taillight of another aircraft passing on his right. However, the control tower did not detect any other object on the radar except for a Piper Cub flying about 500 feet below Gorman's plane. Curious about the unidentified object, Gorman decided to get a closer look and closed in within about 1,000 yards. He described the object in his report as a clear white orb, about 6 to 8 inches in diameter, blinking on and off. As Gorman approached, the light became steady and made a sharp left turn, giving him the impression that it was making a pass at the control tower. Gorman decided to follow the object but was unable to catch up with it. He reported that he finally got behind it at around 7,000 feet, where it turned sharply and headed straight toward his plane. Gorman had to dive to avoid a collision, and the object passed over his canopy at about 500 feet before making another sharp turn and heading back in his direction. Just as a collision seemed imminent once again, the object shot straight up in the air in a steep climb, causing Gorman's plane to stall at about 14,000 feet. The object disappeared, and Gorman estimated that he had been engaged in aerial maneuvers with it for 27 minutes before landing. The mysterious object was also witnessed by air traffic controllers at the Hector Airport Tower, as well as the pilot and passenger of the Piper Cub. The object appeared as a round light with no fuzzy edges or rays leaving its body. Some speculated that Gorman's encounter might have been with a top-secret test craft or possibly a Soviet craft, considering the tensions of the Cold War and the ongoing space race. However, experts have noted that the Soviet R-1 rocket did not have the range to reach Fargo from the Soviet Union, and it was unlikely to perform the maneuvers described by Gorman and others. Overall, the Gorman dogfight remains an intriguing and unexplained UFO sighting that continues to capture the interest of UFO researchers and enthusiasts. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.